Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Sox on Tap.
Tony, my first reaction is just fuck yes, let's go.
Sox versus the Twins. That's where it all starts. It all starts taking care of business in-house in the Central Division.
That's right, I'm a meatball.
You got to bring that top button swag, baby.
It is always great to beat the Cubs.
And I'm a homer, so I always say they're gonna.
Dallas Keuchel Lancelin got some beards that you should be afraid of.
What everybody said when he gets out there, it's me versus the other guy, and I'm going to beat him. So I just love that mentality. It's cool and fucking tough.
Steve, would you say that Tony is mad online?
I would definitely say that.
The White Sox winner. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Sox on Tap. I am your boy Buzz. I'm joined by my dude, Jonnie Nani, and we are here to recap basically a weekend full of fun. 2 victories, a badass tailgate, an extension, everything. We're just here to recap everything. Before we do that, be sure you're going to ontapsportsnet.com for all your Chicago sports literature and podcasting needs. Following us on Twitter at SoxOnTap, at OnTapSportsNet. Following Jonnie at NaniJohnny, and following me at BuzzOnTap. Anywhere you can listen to podcasts, you can listen to us, 5-star rating and review because that's cool and tough. And if you need some awesome American League Central leading White Sox gear, go to Grandstand. Follow them on socials at Grandstand Sox. Go to grandstandsox.com. If you're at the ballpark, just walk on down there. Any White Sox or Chicago sports gear you need, check out Grandstand. Forgive me for my voice. It is cracking. It is just going crazy. That's what happens when you see a lot of dingers, Jonnie.
Oh, dude, yeah, I was going to point that out for you, Buzz. It's a good, kind of sore throat, so to say. Good raspy voice to have because that means the power's back in the White Sox lineup, baby.
Oh, my God. What a night Saturday was. I mean, absolutely great time that we had there at the ballpark together. And Jonnie, it started off with great news.
Yes.
It started off with great news, and I'm just going to let you dive. This is your guy. I love Lance Lynn, too. I love me some Lance Lynn, but this is your guy. Dive in.
Yes, I love this, Buzz. It was an extension for Lance Lynn, and I love the way the White Sox announced it. Whenever you go and see a highlight video that they post over the past, all season, basically, and it's something that Lance Lynn's doing. He's all fired up. Everyone in the comments is extend Lance Lynn, or their replies on Twitter, extend Lance Lynn, extend Lance Lynn. I'm sure it's that way on Facebook too, but obviously on Twitter and Instagram, you see it all the time. So the White Sox put out, the talking emoji, extend Lance Lynn, and then we did. And then they announced that, and the terms of the deal: 2 years, $38 million, with a club option for 2024. Buzz, this is a perfect setup. I like the dollar amount there. He's obviously earned that, and I love the club option at the end too. If it was up to me, I would sign Lance Lynn forever. But obviously, in realistic talking here,
it's like a forever contract. Absolutely.
This is a fucking perfect deal because Lance Lynn belongs on the South Side, and that is where he'll stay.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people stoked about it. Obviously, I know. I mean, again, my best friends were stoked about it. You and Tony were on cloud 9. Steve on cloud 9 about it, no doubt. So a lot of people kind of question it because of his age and everything like that, and they're like, he's going to regress. Dude, Lance Lynn's a really good pitcher. He's been a good pitcher, and he's got that fuck you stuff. So I'm not really worried about it. And plus, they protect themselves with a club option at the end of the contract. That's once again, I have to say, Rick Hahn doing a pretty good job there. I don't know if you want to touch in on, I don't know how Rick Hahn did, but I think he did well.
Rick Hahn's done a great job of extending players, Buzz. When you talk about the contracts that Eloy, Moncada got, I think, Robert as well. He's done a great job. And granted, those were kind of, spring training, locking up young guys, whatever. But when you need to go and do this, and obviously someone who's been just a staple of the rotation, he's really brought, I think, energy level to the White Sox rotation all around. It's infectious. Those other guys get it. They see him go out there and compete. The stuff that he shares with them. I remember a quote from earlier in the year. He was telling the rest of the staff that we need to be bulldogs. Your goal needs to go to be a complete game every time that you go and step out there. And obviously that's not going to happen every single time. But when it does, it's cool stuff like Lucas Giolito did on Saturday night.
It's a good goal to have.
Yeah, it's a good goal to have. So I just love what he brings, both, leadership wise and obviously on the mound with the fuck you stuff, like you said, with the antics and just, mass equals gas. Guts and nuts. That's what Lance Lynn is all about, Buzz.
I fucking love that, dude. The guts and nuts thing. So that is the news that we're walking in to the ballpark with on Saturday. By walking, you and Tony, you guys drove. You guys had the I drove last time. You guys drove this time. I took the train in. So you guys found a lonely and weird buzz on the corner of 34th and Wells.
Yeah.
And
let me tell the story. So me and Tony met up at Tony's house because we had a few things to load up, the bags and chairs and tables and all that stuff. And obviously the decoration that we had that got destroyed, which we'll touch on in a second. But so me and Tony met up at Tony's house, and then we drove up to the rate. And as we're pulling up, Buzz's train had gotten in earlier, and we're like, we were like, Buzz gave me a call, let us know that they were letting people into the parking lot, no problem. So we pull up, and I'm coming up Wells Street there, about to turn on the 33rd. That's right behind Lot B. And Buzz is standing at the corner of Wells and 33rd, looking like a homeless man with the scrawny beard. He's just got a Miller Lite in one hand, and he's got like his beer satchel in the other hand, draped over his shoulder. And it was fucking hilarious. Buzz gets in my car. We pull into the lots, get all set up, fly the flags. And obviously, the special guest was the Orbit trash can pinata that Tony and his wife spent the All-Star break working on, and it turned out great, Buzz. I thought it looked phenomenal. You can go and check our social media at Sox on Tap. Plenty of pictures of it there, plenty of videos of people bashing the hell out of the trash can in Orbit's head, and it was great, Buzz. A lot of people came through. First-time people that connected with us on Twitter asking for a tailgate to come by. It was awesome. So I had a blast, and I think you did too, and I think everybody there did.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Shout out to Jen and Tony for getting that pinata made. It was absolutely perfectly. I'm not even gonna say well. It was perfectly done. It was absolutely amazing. Had shooters in there. It had some goddamn snap into a Slim Jim. Had some candy. It had everything. It had absolutely everything. And then Sockside Mike. It was lonely, Buzz. I took the train in. I took an earlier train in. I stopped by Turtles. A guy bought me a beer, which was really cool. And I just started walking down the street with the beer when I told Nani the lot was open already, because as we had conversations on social media before, everybody's like, oh, it's not, the lot doesn't open until 4. No, we had cars in there at 2:25, 2:30, which was amazing.
Can I clarify this really quick, Buzz? Just a general tip for White Sox fans here, because we're not affiliated with the team. So whatever, if they want to come after me and say, that I'm, disrespecting the rules that they have put forth, I'm not, because guess what? If you go and get up there, especially for a weekend game like that, it's a night game, you go and get up there, it says 2 hours before first pitch. Yes, that's technically their policy, but if they enforce that policy strictly, they would have a line of cars from the back of Lot B all the way back to the Dan Ryan, on to Wells, on to Wentworth. It literally would be that bad.
It'd be terrible. It'd be horrible.
You get there that early, and you can. If you get there, 3 hours before the game, they'll let you in. If you're parking in Lot B, that is. I don't know about the other lots, but I always park in B or A if B is too full for some reason, but that's usually not the case when you get there early. So you can get there early and get out there and start tailgating. So that's why we said 3, even though the lots technically didn't open until 4. So just a little insider tip for going White Sox game day experience for all the listeners there.
And I want to throw definite praise here to the Sox for that, because the Chicago Bears do not do that. They used to be able to get in those lots at 6 a.m. Johnny. You can't do that for a noon game. Can't do that anymore. It's 8 a.m. now. But what you're saying right now is when you're getting off the expressway, getting onto Lakeshore Drive, the Bears are strict with it, and you have cars going all the way up around that bridge. So kudos to the Sox for letting us in early, letting us have a good time, and letting us break down Lot B, because yesterday was fantastic. Like Johnny said, we beat up on the pinata. I don't know how many damn beers I shotgunned, but it was a ton of them. It was just absolutely amazing time. Saw a lot of great people, and we witnessed one hell of a game.
Yeah, we'll get into the game in a second, Buzz. The pinata was great. It was filled with, like you said, Slim Jims, bubble gum, sunflower seeds, individual packets of those, little mini shooters, some Captain Morgan, Peak Whitney, all of that stuff in there. It was hilarious. So when that thing broke open, people just scooping that up and having a little tailgate snack before you go into the ball game. So that was fun. Sockside Mike, real quick question while we're still on tailgating here. He says, how come you can't C and D don't let you tailgate anymore? I have not been there personally in C or D. The only time I parked in C, I was not tailgating this year. But I would imagine that's because they're only allowing the ones that are closer to the ballpark. I believe some people were out in G or F or whatever the hell's down, across 35th on that side. I think they're just kind of, I don't know. You should be able to, in my opinion, but they're probably just enforcing it and not letting people do it there. So you want to come to tailgate, come to Lot B and look for the on-tap Sportsnet flag, baby. That's where it's at. That's all.
Absolutely. Every single time. Single time. You don't even have to worry about it. Once you see that flag, you're like, okay, I know where to go.
Yeah, we're set. Okay, let's get into the game on Saturday night a little bit, Buzz. Here, we're not going to go through it inning by inning because we were all, we were all feeling it a little bit after the tailgate, rightfully so. But it was awesome because, like you said, why your voice is strained, because the power returned to the White Sox lineup, dude. They hit, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 home runs on Friday night. You got, on Saturday night. Collins, Anderson, Sheets, Abreu, Berger. So sweet to see Jake Berger hit his first MLB home run. Love that it's in front of the home fans, and it was an absolute rocket. It went almost to the concourse, pulled down the left field line. It was sweet. We were both sitting down third base line where our tickets were. So that was awesome to see. Good to see Abreu get back in there with some power. A 3-run shot there. That was huge. And Tony's guy, Gavin Sheets, I think, he was just going nuts up in the club level where him and Jen were sitting. And Collins and Anderson getting that party started with going back to back. Barely getting out for those, but hey, home run's a home run. And Buzz, we have missed power in this lineup. Talk a little bit about the tweet that you put out today, because power's coming back and someone else may be coming back to supply some power too.
And yeah, your whole point, like exactly, like when the team is starting to find its stride right now. I mean, they did it again today, and we'll touch on that. Going against Houston, hitting the 5 home runs yesterday, then getting a couple today just prompted me to put this tweet out to say, like, man, everybody needs to be aware that Eloy Jimenez is coming back. And if he's just going to add, if this power can stay consistent, the Sox are starting to find strides at the plate. Because let's be honest here, they haven't been great at the plate. They haven't been. We've been winning. We won a lot of these games because of pitching, our starting pitching. We've been talking about this all year. And that's not because we don't have talent on the – everybody's hurt. And we had guys who go into slumps at the same time. But if these bats just heated up against what people argue to be the best team in the American League – and they find this confidence, and you have Eloy coming back, Johnny, my voice will be sounding like this a lot more frequently. I'll tell you that much.
Buzz, for your health, I would probably not suggest that, but for the state of the White Sox, I really hope it does, because that means we'll be hitting a lot of home runs. So you mentioned pitching in there, and pitching is one of games. Hey, don't let the 10 runs overshadow what Lucas Giolito did. Complete game. You allow 2 hits, 107 pitches, very efficient. Awesome stuff from him. Great start to the second half. I hope that is the Giolito that we're getting down the home stretch here, Buzz.
And if I could just be honest with you about this, is when we were talking about this before we went into the game, I was a little nervous with the Giolito start on Saturday. And not because I don't have faith in Giolito or anything like that, but I do kind of think that he's been thrown a little bit through the ringer. Media wise, fan wise, whatever, like people are like, oh, does he still have it? Is he 2019, 2020 Lucas Giolito? And going up against a potent team that just kind of kicked the shit out of us on Friday, I'm like, oh my God, dude, he's got to be a stone cold killer. You know what, man? He went out there and he was a fucking stone cold killer. And you're right, you can't let those runs outshadow what he did. But my God, Lucas Giolito was absolutely amazing on Saturday.
Yeah, it was 1 run 3 hit performance for Giolito. Outstanding. Great start to the second half for him. And I love being wrong, Buzz, when I make a prediction that I think is bad about a White Sox player. And then they prove me wrong. I love it. The whole, Carlos Rodon thing, I probably wasn't in the camp of bringing him back, but obviously now he's making me eat my words. I love that. And on Friday night show, Tony and I did that recap of Friday night stinker. And I'd said, Lucas Giolito on the mound on Saturday does not inspire confidence. Well, he shut me the hell up. And thank you for doing that, Lucas Giolito. Love being wrong about that. But I think I was justified in my opinion because it hasn't been smooth sailing through the first half all the time for Lucas Giolito.
No, you're absolutely right. It hasn't been, but God, you ever have those days where it just was like, it's a good day, everything clicked, and that's just exactly, I felt like Ice Cube yesterday. It was such a good day, and everything just went so perfect. Dude, nothing went wrong.
So just to recap what we've talked about, Lance Lynn extension to start it off, banger of a tailgate in Lot B, awesome time, go into the game, see the White Sox blow the piss out of an Astros team that is really good. It's, not downplay them. Obviously, they swept us when we were down in Houston. Giving it back to them and then obviously finishing it off the series today. Just what a string of events, like you said, a couple really good days here in White Sox land. So let's get into the second game, Buzz. That was Saturday night. Great times. We just talked about all that. Let's talk today's game, though. Carlos Rodon stepping up big time. He has been all year. He has been just amazing all year. You're talking like Cy Young, at least candidacy here for him. And he goes and goes 7 today. We go combined 1-hit shutout. Kopech and Hendricks each eat an inning here. You get guys like Danny Mendick, first start in 12 days. He comes off, it gets the party started with an RBI single. You get the scoring going. You get bombs from Moncada and Tim Anderson today. So back-to-back games with the home run with Timmy. Timmy's got a 15-game hit streak now. And he's the only White Sox player in history to record a hit and score a run in 11 straight games. So that was from the note from the White Sox. I thought that was pretty cool, Buzz.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, that's absolutely amazing. No, I mean, Tim Anderson, he's coming on. I mean, 50 again. It's funny when people said he was performing not great this year. I mean, I know people hate batting average, but, it was batting like 293, 295 or whatever. He's never been, like Frank Thomas said, when he went off on his spiel about Anderson not originally being named to the All-Star team. This guy's been on fire all year. This is what he does. Right now, he's just on a great stretch. I really hope that power comes a little bit back, too, because I've always thought Timmy could be a 2020 guy. I love that. I think that is like one of the coolest, tough stats to me is 20 home runs, 20 stolen bases, 30-30 be even better. But, I'm just trying to be realistic. But, no, like back to your original point, Carlos Rodon, I'm a stan. I've been a stan. I mean, of this guy, I'm just – dude, his shit is filthy. And our boy Jordan Lazowski had quote tweeted. God, I can't remember who put the original tweet up, but that's how I saw it originally.
The poll from Josh Nelson, I think.
Oh yes, yeah, okay, yes, that's what it was. That's what it was about, like, who was better, who was worse, or whatever. It's like it's just so apples and oranges with that. Like I just kind of have to respect it for what they both are because. Look at these two guys. Lucas Giolito, he's got the commercial, right? Going from the worst pitcher in 2018 to, lights out in 2019 and 2020, And then you have a guy like Carlos Rodon, who I'm sorry, his numbers and shit, he's always had filth. It's just he couldn't stay healthy. And if you don't work consistently, you're not going to be good out there. This is the first time, Johnny, we've seen him be consistent on the field, and he's not a fucking bum slayer either. He beats the shit out of anybody, Johnny. I mean, I don't know how cool and tough this is, but because I like dingers and all that shit and like, speed and whatnot, but Carlos Rodon's got to be my fucking favorite player on the Sox right now. I do not buy jerseys. That's just something I don't do. I'm getting a fucking Rodon jersey. And I hope to God, I mean, we'll touch on this in the future. I'm sure that he's here next year, but that dude has been electric all year. And I love Lance Lynn to death, but I think Carlos Rodon's been the best pitcher on this fucking staff, man.
Oh, yes. But when you're talking value-wise and straight-up numbers-wise, yes, Carlos Rodon absolutely has. I think, people are drawn to Lance Lynn because he looks like a White Sox fan. And he acts like a White Sox fan. Like, he really does. So,
and I love Lynn. And I love Lynn for that.
And he's espoused his, love for the South Side. His quote about, I love that, why would I go to free agency when I'm already where I want to be? Like, that was awesome. That was great. But getting back to Carlos Rodon here, I need to touch on him here. And it's very simple. And I can tell you, there's 3 reasons why Carlos Rodon is doing what he's doing this year. It's very, very simple. A, he's always had the stuff. Sometimes you just can't teach that. You're born with it. He's talented. He's got that. Okay, he's always had that. We know that. 2, he's finally healthy. Think about all the nagging injuries that he's always had. Putting him sidelined for various stints, having Tommy John. So he has had elbow, he's had shoulder. Now he's finally healthy. He hasn't been on the injured list all year. Only time he missed a start was he was just scratched because he had an upset stomach, and then he came back and what did he do? Threw a no-hitter right after that. So, and then 3 is he tweaked his delivery with Ethan Katz. So Ethan Katz helps him out big time, simplifies it a little bit, and he's more, not straining across his body. He's more, kind of, obviously there's always a little bit of that with a lefty coming across, especially when you're throwing a slider, but it is, more conducive to throwing consistent strikes. And obviously the stuff just dances then after that. So it's a very simple formula for Carlos Rodon. That's why he's been so good this year.
No, absolutely. And it's just been a pleasure to watch. And it's just, again, when you're able to do it back-to-back days over a top AL team, and we don't get really too much, and I'll be honest here at On Tap, especially at Sox On Tap, we don't get too much. We have our opinions. We never get really too much in the mud, but I know a lot of Astros fans were not happy in our mentions about the trash can guy, which is hilarious and fine and everything. Like, hi, haters. But, they're like, oh, we 0-4, 0-5. Like, listen, dude, yeah, you got us the first series, all right? You got us the first series. We're on our way back to health. We're finding a stride, and we just beat the shit out of you 2 days in a row and held you, mind you, to a collective, 5 hits? Because they had 4 hits yesterday or 3 hits yesterday, and then they have 1 hit today. So 4 hits in 2 games that we held the most dynamic offense. And I'm not taking anything away from their offense. Their offense is dynamic, but we've held them to 4 hits in the last 2 games. because our pitching is more dynamic than your goddamn offense.
Yeah, we'll talk about that really quick here, Buzz. I just wanted it's a quick little note. The Astros are the least strikeout prone of anyone. They've struck out the least so far. At least it was entering the series. White Sox pitchers, even in a losing effort, Dylan Cease, what, he K'd up 10
yeah, he
on Friday night.
K'd
up 10. And then Lucas Giolito on Saturday night, K's up 8. And then Carlos Rodon goes back double digits for 10 today. So that just tells you about the strength of the White Sox pitching staff. And then, Houston's just they have a good offense. When you're able to silence them like that, it bodes well and that's why we're feeling Soxy today, Buzz.
I'm feeling goddamn Soxy, and you look Soxy too.
Oh, thank you.
You got that headband going on and everything, man.
Yeah,
you're looking Soxy and great. But yeah, I just again the pitching is something this year that has just really put us over the top. Obviously, record-wise, I'm talking about more like feeling of fan-wise for me is it's just like I feel like that energy, dude. And it's just amazing how like a guy like Lance Lynn, Carlos Rodon, Lucas Giolito when he's on, and how they perform. Like Dallas Keuchel has not been bad by any means necessary, but he has not been what he was last year. Dylan Cease is, let's not lie. He always gives us the butterflies every time he goes out there. He gives me butterflies when he goes out there. Friday, I thought he was fucking electric. That knuckle curve was stupid. I know you and Tony talked about it, but that was absolutely stupid. That pitch had so much movement on it. Absolutely wonderful. So much break. But, I'm very confident with it. And then as far as today's offense goes, I'm just 7 hits total for the Sox. They pounce early. They don't look back. The home run from Makata in the bottom of the 4th, and then the home run from Timmy in the bottom of the 5th is just great shit.
I got to talk about Moncada. You know me. I love Mangata too.
Yeah, Moncada's your guy.
Mangata. I love him. I've always have ever since we got him in the trade. And don't get me wrong, I love Chris Sale too. And it was like I put out the tweet years back that it's okay to still miss Chris Sale and appreciate you on Moncada simultaneously. So there's that. But with Moncada's homer, first of all, first one from the right side this year. That's what it. Second of all, it was a friggin' rocket, dude. That was a straight screaming line drive. It's like, sure, the big high flies, I think Yaz hits them a lot more that are real big moonshots that go deep. Those are cool. And like what Berger did last night, yeah, I get that. But there's something about it, just a line drive rocket that's screaming towards the stands and gets over the fence, man. That was sweet to see. And you need the power from Yohan Moncada. That's his first home run since June 3rd. I think it via Scott Merkin, I believe, said, I don't have the tweet pulled up in front of me, but if I remember correctly, 127 plate appearances is what it spanned there. So you can see that, and the theme overall is power back with the 5 home runs on Saturday night and then a couple more today. Well,
absolutely. And, Moncada, we know that he can hit 25. I'm sorry. Like I said in the prediction episode, remember in the beginning of the season, I said I would say anywhere from 27 or 24 to 27 is what I had picked. I don't think that's going to happen now, obviously, with where we are in the season, unless he just goes on like on an absolute fucking MLB The Show on rookie tear and just starts cranking shit out left and right. But Moncada's still the man, dude. He's got that power there. He can put it out of the ballpark when he has to. And that's the thing. I think that this second half is going to be a telltale for these guys that weren't really flashing a lot of power. I really think so, Johnny. I think that they got a good rest here. I think they're in a good place mentally. And I really do think that baseball is a very mental game. And when you're in a good place like that and you're feeling healthy and your team's on top, like La Russa said today, in his pregame, press conference or meet, whatever you want to call it, the little Zoom thing they do, right? He said, like, these guys were buzzing in the locker room, pun intended, because I was there. No, I was kidding. But they were buzzing in the locker room because of the fans that were in the stadium, where they're at right now and what they're doing. And it makes you play better, is what TLR said. It makes you play better when you're feeling like that. I'm really thinking right now, dude, that we're just scratching the surface, and in this second half, you're going to see more power. And when Eloy gets back, and then eventually when Robert gets back, like Steve Stone said, you missed out on what do you say? Like, 70 to 75 home runs between those two being out, 45 for Eloy, 30 for Luis Robert or whatever. When those guys come back, if everybody else is starting to find it out and having that confidence and that health to start mashing, dude, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, they're going to be lethal. Absolutely. Real quick comment from Sockside Mike. Love that Yo-Yo is going to go bomb the emoji in the playoffs. Absolutely agree, Mike. It's happening. Mangata, book it. playoff home run. Let's talk general where the White Sox stand right now.
Yep.
Now 20 games over 500, Buzz, 56-36 right now. They own the best winning percentage, 609 in the American League, and are 33-15 at guaranteed rate field this season. It's via the White Sox Twitter. So home cooking, and we got more of it coming up with a series against the Twins, a 4-gamer coming up here. But I just love to sit and look back at that. 20 games over 500 is cool and tough, Buzz.
If this is the first time since 2008, Johnny.
God.
That's what I read online today. I don't know if that's. I'm pretty sure that's true because 19 games was, first time since 2008. I'm pretty sure in 2008 we were 20 games over 500, if I'm remembering correctly. I was in high school, but I remember correctly. So it's been a long time, Johnny. It's been a long time. They are absolutely tearing it up. And you know, a thing that I love to look at is just every time I look at the Sox last 10, it's like 7-3, 8-2.
Great point, Buzz. I love that because I love you see like the bottom dwellers or like the teams that are struggling, and it's always like a sub 500 or some shit like that. Like obviously there was a Cubs one that was like 0-10 at one point, and that was hilarious to go and look at. But yeah, when you always see the White Sox in that like 7-3, 8-2, 9-1, fucking that's beautiful.
Absolutely, it is, and I mean, it just shows that when you beat them, you don't consistently beat them, because they don't drop like that. Yeah, we got swept last time we saw the Astros 0-4. Yeah, I mean that happens, no doubt. It's a long season, 162 games. I get it, but I just always look at that last 10 and I just smile, man, because I'm like, I knew it was a matter of time before we got to 20 games over. It's been a goal. Obviously for the team, but I was like, come on, man. I want to talk that shit. Get 20 games over 500, please. And look what they're doing, man. It's absolutely amazing. And like you said, we got a 4-game set coming up against the TS, the Twins there.
Let's the T's. No win in Minnesota up there. Let's get into this and then we'll do some more Sunday Funday shenanigans after. Let's talk because we got a doubleheader coming up. So starting at 4:10 on Monday afternoon, first game against the Twins to open this series. It will be Lance fucking Lynn. Always have to announce it like that. Versus Griffin Jacks for the Minnesota Twins. Buzz, I will be in attendance for this doubleheader, and I can't fucking wait. My Lance Lynn jersey just came in. It was actually in like last week, but it came to my guy Andrew Kinsler's apartment. So the first time I saw him since then was yesterday at the tailgate on Saturday. So he brought it down and ended up wearing it into the game. I was originally wearing the AJ jersey to start, but when that came, I had to just because in honor of the extension. So I'm wearing it. I'm running it back. I'm wearing it on Monday, obviously, with the Fear of the Beard shirt. Get yours at ontapsports.bigcartel.com. And I'll be wearing that. And I can't wait. It's a Lance Lynn start, dude. He can go a complete game with it being 7 innings.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I wouldn't be shocked if he does. I mean, Johnny, he's been on fire. 1.99 ERA for Lance Lynn, 90 and 2/3 innings pitched, 105 strikeouts, Johnny. He's walked 31, only let up 9 long balls. So, I mean, hey, man, he's killing it. And this Griffin Jacks ain't shit, so I'm not worried about it. He's 1-1, 8.66 ERA, 17 and 2/3 innings pitched for him. He's only struck out 14, so he's not not a big K for 9 guy there. Mm-hmm. He's walked 8 and let up 6 long balls in the almost 18 innings that he's pitched. So the bats have been hot, Johnny. 4-10 start here for the first game. And the Sox are coming off of arguably one of the biggest series wins they've had all year because it's against a team that many consider, again, the best team in the American League.
Yes, very true, Buzz. Because there are records to kind of dispute there and talk about with what's going on East. They kind of have a little bit of a tougher division through and through, whereas the West drops off after Oakland.
Right.
So yeah, no, I totally get that, and carry that momentum, baby. And hopefully the fan energy probably won't be as packed just with the start time being 4:10. But I would imagine the second game we'll still have a good crowd. Maybe not as big as this weekend because weekend games just naturally draw more.
34,000 Saturday and Sunday, Johnny.
Yeah. You love to see that. You always love like they play the guest the attendance game. It was sweet seeing that. People around me were all liquored up and like they were very adamant about their pick of D on the scoreboard last night, and that ended up being it. So it was great to see a lot of White Sox fans out. But like you said, this. I really want to see a Lance Lynn game after this extension here, and I always talk about this with Tony. You do enjoy it, but you're a little bit more of a newer kind of rock guy. But classic rock is our shit, and we just always say that if you ever wondered why, we always say This is ZZ Top playlist on repeat for Lance Lynn Day because it's Fear the Beard. We got the shirt. ZZ Top obviously has the beard, so it just fits in there, and that's the kind of music I feel like, and that Lance Lynn would enjoy as well. I don't know exactly what his musical tastes are, but I'm just going to assume it, and I think I'm just going to play Just Got Paid by ZZ Top on repeat my whole way up to the rate. That might
you're going to have to. It'd be blasphemy if you didn't.
Yeah. So it's very fitting with the extension just happening. So
yeah,
let's talk game 2 now, because there will be that second one probably starting about 30 to 40 minutes after. I don't know exactly what their policy is on that, but they usually
it's saying 7:10.
Yeah, they usually redo the field, obviously, drag it and water it down, and then obviously players got to get a little break, change the unis, all that shit. So game 2 is starting 30, 40 minutes after game 1 ends. It'll be Jose Barrios for the Twins, according to MLB.com, and still TBD for the White Sox. Tony La Russa did not reveal a starter in his post-game press conference. A lot of speculation, Buzz, that this could be a Reynaldo Lopez day, because let's go with context clues here. Michael Kopech threw today. He did say that Kopech himself said it, that he is now cleared to throw on back-to-back days, so that's good news. And Tony La Russa also said that Michael Kopech would be available in relief tomorrow. So that leads us to believe he's not starting game 2. I could see Reynaldo Lopez starting this one.
It's going to be Reynaldo Lopez, Johnny. You and I both, we talked about it before we came on the air. It's definitely going to be Raylo tomorrow, which I'm not trying to. God damn it, I did it, didn't I?
You inadvertently did it. You know what I do? And I'm always like, building it up, but you just did it, so I had to mimic it.
I didn't mean for it to be so dramatic like that, but
Buzz. You know what? Don't apologize. You were totally justified in that. Reynaldo Lopez has been trash. Now, I'm just going to go and say he was trash last year. He was trash in Charlotte to start this year. So he inspires no confidence. I don't care about his 2 innings of scoreless work in garbage time against the Astros on Friday night. He has been trash historically. That is all we have to go off of. We don't know what's going on in his head with his mechanics. But the stuff still looked flat. A couple balls hit to the warning track on Friday night. You're justified in your Peter Griffin.
Yeah, well, so that's the thing, Johnny, is that he wasn't overwhelmed. Like, we've talked about this. Remember when he struck out 14 when we were playing Detroit on Sunday a couple years ago?
Yeah, it was like 2018, yeah.
Right. But remember how lively the fastball looked with him? And it was just overpowering. And again, Detroit sucks ass. I mean, and they always suck ass, but it is what it is. I mean, he struck out 14 of the motherfuckers. So it's not easy to do in the MLB. I'm sorry, it's not.
I agree. I'll give him credit there. But like I said, consider the opponent, and also just consider what the stuff looks like recently and since. Why does he get hit? Because the stuff's flat and you can't locate the breaking stuff as well. So it doesn't inspire confidence here.
And that's something that kind of not irks me, because I understand why the Sox are doing this right now. Listen, we're sitting in a good place right now. We have relied heavily on that starting rotation all year this year, no doubt about it. And we can't deny that. Like you said, the awesome article you wrote for OnTapSportsNet.com about these guys staying healthy and he Rodon missed a start because he, was sick. And then Lynn, I mean, that's it. Nothing.
I'll bring up an excerpt from the article that I wrote, Buzz, and it was, should members of the current White Sox starting rotation go down, outside of Kopech, you are going to unproven minor league arms. And guess what? I am looping Reynaldo Lopez now into unproven minor league arms group because, A, he started the year in minor league, so he was there to start. And then second of all, it wasn't any better. It wasn't like he showed this improvement there. He was still bad. The ERA was fucking up over 5 or something like that.
Ridiculous. I've got it for you. So I was watching film on Reynaldo Lopez. Dude who I became friends with on Twitter gave me his login for MILB, because me and Juice used to have that when the Sox system was fucking, top notch, wanting to see your Madrigals of the world, Eloy's, Luis Robert, Kopech, all that shit, Cease, whatever. We used to have it. We got rid of it because obviously those guys came up. I wasn't going to pay for 2 services, right? Because I have MLB TV too, or MLB.TV, excuse me. But I watched him film. I watched him games with Raylo this year. Johnny, he's appeared in 10 games. He started all 10 of them down in Charlotte, okay? 39 innings pitched, Johnny. 53 hits off his ass in 39 innings pitched, okay? 33 runs, all of them earned. He's walked 21 in 39 innings. He struck out 50, okay, and he's let up 6 long balls. His ERA is good for a 7.62. His whip is a 1.897.
Even over. I said over 5, over 6, even. Over 7.
It's over 7, Johnny. He, like you said, it's flat. It's just going right across the plate. His breaking shit doesn't move. Yeah. It's just there.
Or it's up in the zone and getting fucking crushed.
I mean, that's what's happening. It's just there. Like, it's there for the batter to hit. And I made that little joke about, MLB The Show, hitting the ball out. That's on rookie, maybe even on beginner is what Raylos look like in AAA right now.
Yeah, so I think just since we're on Sunday Funday here, we get a little bit more ridiculous with some of our shenanigans. I think just what we need to do is chain him and Lucas Giolito together because he can learn how to use a changeup properly then. Because the fastball, we know he has velocity. There's that. It might be a little flat. But changeup's going to be your best bet to be able to do that. And, he's proven that. But, hey, Lucas Giolito, master of the changeups on the staff. So that's what I would go and suggest. Chain those two together so he can learn. And Lucas Giolito, just tell him how to throw a changeup.
Got to do something, man. I mean, and listen, maybe he takes this seriously. I mean, not that he never took it seriously before.
There were doubts about that, actually. At the 2019 All-Star break, when he came back and made a start at Oakland and got a shit rocked, he was saying that he needed to, refocus and, pay like a little more attention or be whatever the hell it was. So there were actually doubts about that, him not taking it seriously, Buzz. That, at least from what I drew from his comments back then. Granted, that was 2 years ago. But
you're still right, though.
Just bringing it up related to that.
You're coming up and you're competing for a team that is looking to win a pennant right now. That should be enough motivation for you to make sure you don't get your shit rocked. And period. I know you can't control it, but you can a little bit, He's got to figure it out. And if he does get the second start tomorrow against the Twins, Twins scare you, Johnny? No, they don't scare me either, but I want blood. I want to beat my division. I want to keep that. I want 25 to 30 games above 500.
Yeah, fuck yes. I'm totally with you. And here, let's go. Sunday Funday. I love it. Sockside Mike commenting a lot here today. Love it. I love when you guys interact with us. So please drop. You got thoughts on what we're saying in here. Drop them in here. Sunday Funday. We air out a little bit more and stuff. But Sockside Mike says, watch Lopez make us eat our words tomorrow. I love that. I really, really hope so. Like I was talking about with Giolito, and I said on Friday night's show, didn't inspire confidence just based on first half performance and kind of inconsistencies and some games where he got touched up. Obviously Lopez, we just listed off all the reasons why we're doubting him. I really hope he shuts me the hell up and I eat my words when I'm at the ballpark tomorrow. And I can't get that close probably because COVID protocols. I would go and apologize to him. To his face, not that he would ever hear Sox on Tap, but still, right. I would. I really hope he does. And you know what? Let's go, Buzz. I'm gonna make some predictions since we're on Sunday Funday. We're having a fun time here, Buzz.
Okay.
Make some predictions for Monday. Lance Lynn complete game in Game 1 of the doubleheader.
Fair.
In Game 2, Raylo probably gets touched a little bit, but the offense with the bombs they've been hitting lately continues and picks us up, and we score into like double digits, and it's like a 10 to 6-7 win.
I hope you're right because. Isn't the second game their best pit? It's Berrios or Berrio.
We've been able to touch up Rios.
I know we've been able to touch up Rios, but I'm just saying he's probably the best one, and we're gonna we're gonna kill the first guy. I mean, he's a young cat who only has 17 innings this year under his belt, and he's not been particularly good. And the Sox are on a roll, but I'll definitely go with you on the Lance Lynn complete game in the first game. Bold prediction for me is going to be Tim Anderson not only extending the hitting streak tomorrow, but also going 3 days in a row with a home run.
Ooh, I love that.
That's my bold prediction for tomorrow.
All right. I like it. Those are some good predictions. So once again, first game starting at 4:10 on Monday afternoon. Second game will start about 30, 40 minutes after. That's how it usually goes. So we'll be right back at it. I'll be at the ballpark. So probably a couple others bringing you the post game tomorrow. Buzz, fun stuff here. Let's talk now. It's Sunday Funday. Air it out here. Cool shit we saw in White Sox land. Let's start here. And I have to start with it's Katoni Ovens on Twitter. It's at I am Steve Harvey is his handle. But he was out there. He was tailgating in the spot that was right next to us there. So he was kind of mingling with a little bit of the Sox on Tap, Sox on 35th tailgate that was going on there. But he was right there and he was dressed. And you know what I'm going to call this? If you've watched Dazed and Confused, you know what McConaughey looked like in that movie. He was dressed as White Sox Wooderson yesterday. Go and look at our Twitter. It is it's a picture of him, and just a caption I put up was you got to keep living, man. LIVIN, the famous quote from Dazed and Confused. He had that down to a T. tee. It was like he posted the link to the shirt that it was. It was actually a women's size XL, like crop, like, you know, shirt. It's like,
what
you
a
know,
fucking champ, dude.
And he had the jeans rolled up at the bottom. He was fucking rocking that look, dude. Shout out to Tony Ovens on Twitter, because he did find that tweet then, and you know, he said, "Damn, I look good." And yes, sir, damn, you look good. White Sox Wooderson is what I'm gonna call you.
Dude, I fucking love that because I spoke with him a little bit yesterday about and you know this jersey, my mesh see-through Walter Payton belly shirt that I have that I wear to every home opener for the Bears. I was like, the belly shirt things, right? And he goes, yeah, man. He goes, you just feel confident. And I just thought it was so hilarious. What a great guy. Something cool that I just saw actually was in the chat here, Raul Chatterjee standing in line at Pink's Hot Dogs in Hollywood, feeling like I'm at 35th and Shields listening to you guys. That's a fucking awesome comment to put out. Thank you, number one, for even listening. And awesome that I've never been to California. So I hope to one day visit to watch the Sox beat the shit out of the Angels or whoever the fuck else they're playing over there. But maybe the Padres for a World Series one day, Johnny.
Ooh,
huh? We'll see what happens. The Dodgers or some shit. But I think that's super cool. Another really cool thing that I saw yesterday was all the people that came to our tailgate was absolutely fantastic. Everybody had a great time. I do want to shout out Alex Rude for stopping by. He's our guy, stopping by on his birthday and hanging out with us and having a good time, having some beers, you know, and just bullshitting. You know, I mean, that was really, really fucking awesome. I was really happy with that. And then I'm dropping a blank on her name. The last cool thing. God damn it, I'm dropping a blank on her name. She brought her dad to the tailgate, and her dad swung that bat so hard it almost broke the garbage can.
Yeah, hold on.
Shannon. It's
yes.
Shannon. Yes, Shannon brought her dad with her yesterday, and she fucking, you know, her dad was so nice, cool cat, dude, drinking beers with us, laughing, talking White Sox baseball, destroying a piñata garbage can. That was a cool thing that I saw yesterday, too.
Yeah, and let's just appreciate the piñata once more because Tony and Jen just did a phenomenal job on it. It made the visual for the tailgate so great. Obviously, we had Orbit and trash can propped up on the little TV tray that we had, set up there, and then obviously got destroyed, and all the goodies went out, and people at the tailgate were able to enjoy those. So that was another cool shit we saw in White Sox land. All right, now that we've done that, I hate to, we like to keep it fun and light here on Sunday Funday, but there's something that we need to address, Buzz. The lines, both entering stadium. I heard some people had trouble with parking, but we got there early enough to where that wasn't an issue. But if they got there closer to game time, it was, an issue for them getting in. But lines to the stadium, I will say the line outside of gate 5 moved okay, even though it was pretty long.
I was surprised.
It still moved okay, but I did see a video in, I believe it's gate 3 that's down the first base line, and that looked terrible. It was like all wrapped around, and there's less places to enter in there. So it looked terrible from there. And then once you're in the game, dude, the lines are ridiculous because there's no vendors. And, it's like a 2-inning ordeal to go, you get a beer or some item of food that you want. Bathrooms, I'd say at least by my section, I can't speak for the rest of the stadium, but down the third base line, bathrooms were okay. You'd have a line come up, but it would at least move. But the food lines, beer lines, absolutely ridiculous. We need our fucking vendors back. I hope someone from the White Sox picks this up, and do not excuse me for my profanity because fuck that. We want our vendors back. I love being able to tip them. I love being able to pay in cash, and I love not waiting in line and having them come around. And I like the camaraderie. I remember back in 2017, made a good connection with the beer vendor who was saying, hey, he's like, it's awesome that, it's a real like low attended game, like an afternoon game. He's like, hey, we appreciate the fans that come out. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm just, buying enough beers here for you so Jerry can sign some free agents in the winter. And I love just bantering and stuff like that, having a little fun with the vendors. We want them back for both accessibility and, logistics within the ballpark. And then second of all, the camaraderie and just hearing that, dude, it's not a baseball game if you're not here. Beer here, Bud man, I miss that shit, Buzz.
Yeah, no, I'm totally with you. Like one of the most things I'm looking forward to when I hit back into Soldier Field, and obviously I'm at I would say 15 to 20 Sox games a year. I don't have a plan like you guys, but I'm usually there 15 to 20 times a year. But I miss the beer man. I miss hearing that. I miss, hot dog, I miss all that shit. And what pisses me off the most, dude, is what you pointed on. I didn't mind the line getting into the stadium yesterday because, like you said, dude, I was surprised. We moved quick through that motherfucker.
We did. But
we really did.
Let's remember, Buzz, there are 2 gates, 2 places to enter at gate 5. whereas
That's
the other
true.
ones down the right first base line, right field corner may have fewer entry
Yeah,
ports.
I saw the lines on Twitter. I saw the pictures.
So that's
bad.
we're only speaking for third base line here,
Right.
essentially.
No, yeah, you're absolutely right. That kind of sucks. But the food and beer wait, dude, bathrooms I haven't had an issue with at all. Like not at all. And I've been to I think that was like my 10th game this year or 10th game this year already. But the food lines to get a fucking hot dog, brother, or to try to get a beer, I'm sorry. Like that's why I get toasty before I even get in there.
Yeah, that's why they'll get one off the hook. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
I mean, it would be off the hook anyway. Let's not kid ourselves.
Well, right. I would be like that regardless because beer's expensive. But holy shit, I even have to like step it up to I have to hit DEFCON 5 and how much I drink so I can stay buzzed up during the game and feeling good and just, loose and whatever, because I have to wait 30 to 40 fucking minutes to get a beer and I'm missing crucial moments of the game.
Yes.
That's why I chose yesterday not to leave the seats. I'm like, fuck it, man. Unless I had to go to the bathroom. That was like the only time I left is to go take a piss because I was like, you know what? Screw this. Not waiting in line, whatever. But this was actually a really cool thing. So a vendor I saw there is actually a vendor at the United Center. She remembered me and she gave me a hot dog.
Oh, wow.
That was neat.
Very nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So she was very cool. I'm not going to give her name out. I don't want to get her in trouble because I skipped like, 15 fucking people in line. But she was very cool. So yeah, like you said, those connections are great with the vendors. They need to bring them back immediately because it's pretty fucking asinine. Now, if you're at 100% capacity, then the park should be operating, Johnny, at 100% capacity.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. A couple horror stories here that we've got. Soxy and Mike says some people did get until after the fourth. That sucks. I'm glad. I only missed the first inning. I think you were in the same boat, Buzz, because you were right there by us.
So that was our own doing, though.
Yeah, that's right. We did, getting the tailgate all wrapped up and clean up the garbage. Yeah. So, and then Jordan Miller says food lines are ridiculous. I immediately go back to my seats. Don't want to miss a whole inning. I do the same exact thing, Jordan. I when I got in last night, I got one beer. My dad got food, and then we went to the seats that we were in, and that was it. I went up, and when I went to the bathroom, just took a gander at the beer line, said fuck that, and just went right back to the seats. So.
It's frustrating. It is because listen, it's not like I don't want to go spend the money and just have a fucking beer. I just don't want to miss something crucial. And Jordan touches on a great point. Yeah. He doesn't want to miss a whole inning because a lot can happen in one at bat, let alone a whole inning.
Dude, and you thinking you could always see the most amazing play you've ever seen at any given point in a game. You never know. So, it's ridiculous. And then I'll touch on mobile ordering here. I did not do it last night, but the first night that they reopened to 100% capacity, I was at that game. And I saw the beer line, same deal, really long, all that. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try the mobile ordering because when the last game at 60% capacity, great game, by the way, walk off, yes, over the Rays. But the last game at 60% capacity, I ordered via mobile. Got there in about 15, 20 minutes. Not bad. That's good. I like that. That's convenient, and that's a good service to have then. But and it's no fault of the vendors or the people working the concessions doing this. It's probably a lot of demand with both people in line and multiple people ordering on this. But in that game on that Friday night of reopening weekend, I ordered one, and it took an hour and like 5 minutes for it to get delivered, almost like 3 innings. Ridiculous. So people say, "Oh, use the mobile ordering. That's your solution." No, if you get on it early, you might be able to, get it at a reasonable time. But shit, if you're ordering like a beer in the fifth, you're probably not even getting it by the time that alcohol sales would normally stop. So that kind of sucks. Now, just another kind of horror story from not horror story because it worked out for them, but for our guy Andrew Kinsler was in there last night. He was in line. They each got 2 beers for themselves because they knew the lines would be ridiculous. Then as soon as they got back to their seats while they're having those beers and watching the game, they went on and ordered mobile, knowing that it would take fucking forever for it to get there. And then that was taking so long. They went up to the Revolution Room, got more beers there, came back, and by the time they got back, the beers finally came there. So they had like 4 stockpiled. So that worked out for them to be able to do that. But at the same time, it just sucks that it takes that.
I feel bad for the vendors that get bitched at because there's vendors that get bitched at about this. It's not them. It's understaffing.
No. Yeah,
it's understaffing, and that's the problem. When Tony and I went to Dad's night, it was a game during the week. Tony and I hit right. We were just like, okay, night with we're just gonna go. No strings attached. No, we're not doing on tap shit. We're not doing, whatever, tailgating. It's just a night we're going to go take in a baseball game, right? We ordered on that shit. It took an hour and 10 minutes for us to get 2 dogs and 2 beers. Hour and 10 minutes. I'm like, God, man. Like, They got to do something. I really hope, Johnny, because I have not seen anything proving otherwise, bro. If they're going to bring back 100% capacity vendors, like if they're going to stay staffed for that, if this goes on all year and we get into the playoffs, which we are going to get in the playoffs, this is going to be fucked up because that place, the rate's going to be packed. Johnny, it was packed this weekend. It's only going to get more packed, dude. We know this. They're winning. People are coming back. It's only going to get more crazy. And if it's like this now, oh shit.
Yeah. And
you better tailgate your ass off. I'll tell you that much.
Let's be realistic here. If there is an issue with cash, if that's like one of the things they want to do, like everything like by card, no cash this year, let's be honest. I'm no expert on I'm no health expert here, so you don't say like I'm like preaching to anyone or talking down to anyone. But they've obviously lifted all the restrictions with the COVID. Obviously, there's no more social distancing because it's 100% capacity. Mask mandate, that's gone too. Obviously, they suggest it for people that are not fully vaccinated, but you know, the majority of people, you saw barely any masks at the game last night. So what the fuck? And also, it's an airborne thing. It's a virus. It's not a bacteria that's on fucking paper bills. You can use cash. And that's also then another factor behind you can have vendors back because obviously most pay in cash with them. And you can always have the mobile chip reader. Sure, they probably don't want to shell out the money on that either. But bring back cash too. It's like fucking like, come on, like everything else is lifted. Why the hell is this still here? I agree with you though that it is probably understaffing. That's it. But if that was a concern with cash, it's like, come on, let's be real. It's not fucking not getting COVID from fucking giving a piece of paper to someone. It'd be airborne more.
Right.
And you're talking to them or using the card or cash. Doesn't fucking matter.
Right. I mean, you're already in there without a mask mandate. So, I mean, it is, I don't really get the cash thing either. It's super odd, but hopefully they get this shit figured out, Johnny. They have to.
This is why we love the comments. Jordan Miller says there are some vendors that take cash. Taco Stand did last night by the 108. Good to know. I have not been over to, I believe it's Antique Taco over there. I have not been to that stand this year. So good to know. Jordan says there. If I find any others, I will post them to the Sox on Tap account for if you're looking to pay in cash somewhere. So, all right, that wraps up that. We did enough pitching here. Let's get back to a little bit of fun stuff with this. Buzz, we're just about done here. I did realize that we did not do picks to click though, so we'll only do let's just do game one, and then we'll figure out game two in our
we'll just do the text for
post them. Yeah. So game one, who you got?
TA.
Yeah, that's right. You did say the
He's gonna extend the hitting streak and it's gonna be a home run, Johnny.
Yeah. We've said no rules with this thing, so usually it's supposed to be a hitter, someone in the lineup, but fuck that. I already predicted it. I'm gonna go with my prediction too. With the complete game. So Lance Lynn. Lance Lynn's fresh off the extension. Complete game incoming tomoryu
Usually when one of us pick a pitcher, Johnny. We fucking it works out.
I believe one game you picked Giolito and he was just fucking you think he went 8 at Minnesota that day.
Remember the night I picked Cease was in Cincinnati.
Yeah,
and he fucking killed him. I didn't think he hit the ball. I thought he was just gonna have a pitch a good game.
Dylan Cease is batting 1,000 for his career.
So Jesus, yeah, but I'll take TA. You got Lynn. Yep, those are our picks to click.
Yeah,
sure.
Other than that, any meatball takes tinfoil hat time here?
No, I actually don't have meatball takes or any tinfoil hat time. Dude, I'm just foot on the throat right now, Johnny. That's all I feel. Foot on the throat. Take out Minnesota. We have reinforcements, whether a trade is coming or not, which there is. I'm betting something's happening here. Because this is the most attractive this team has looked for a long time. So a trade's going to happen, and then you have reinforcements in Eloy Jimenez and Luis Robert coming back soon. Foot on the throats, no tinfoil hat, no meatball take.
Yeah, I love Buzz. I'm of the same mindset of you, mentality-wise here. Step on throats here as we go on and kill the Twins even further. They're already dead. We already pronounced that. We had an episode that was titled "The Twins Are Dead," so we already know they're dead. But just keep pushing them further into the ground. I love it because fuck the Twins. The T's, excuse me, no win in there. Shout out time. Everyone who came to the tailgate, obviously, that was a blast. Please, if you do see the on tap flags out in the lot, in the future, please come by. We love that. And then my other shout outs, Tony and Jen for making the pinata. I know we commented on it earlier, but it was phenomenal. It took a lot of time. And luckily, we had the All-Star break, so they weren't missing out on White Sox baseball while they were constructing that. And then my other one is Mansu Lee on Twitter. Love that guy. Sam E came by our tailgate, and I love it. He was going to the game alone. He didn't have a crew. that he was going with.
Come hung out with us.
He just said, someone please take me into their Sox their tailgate on Saturday. He tweeted that earlier in the week. I replied, I said, hey, just come and meet under the flags. He did just that. Talked with him, had some beers. So shout out Mansu Lee. How about you?
Yeah, he was actually one of mine. So awesome. We could double dip on that one, right? Jordan Miller for sure. Alex Rude for sure. 2 shout outs. Just got to hang out with them guys all night. Had a great time with them. Also, as I was leaving last night, the ballpark, I walked over with a couple guys over to Cork and Carey. Thank you. And as I was passing Turtles, some dude goes, hey, you're Buzz on tap. And I said, yes, I'm a nobody, but yes. And he goes, I'm GD. And I'm like, oh, my God.
Oh, you met him?
Yeah. I met him.
Yeah.
And I met GD last night. We we laughed a little bit, had a pretty good conversation. I thought that was real cool. And then I just hung out with a couple people over at Cork for a little bit. Shout out to Jesus H. Strawman, who lives here, and I'm very open where I live in New Lenox. And also Billy Wires, believe it or not, he was there with us, and he took the train home, and he actually gave me a ride home from the train last night because he too lives in the same town that I live in. So it was very nice. I thank you for that very much because I was drunk and I didn't have to wobble home. But yeah, so those are my shout outs, I guess, for this episode. I met some nice people. I got to talk to some real nice people. And Johnny, I think we did what we do best. We threw a bad motherfucking tailgate. We had a great time. Yeah. And the juju around that brought in a badass White Sox victory weekend.
Yes, it did. All good things. Like you said, kind of that string event. You feel like Ice Cube. Just, good day. Just a damn good day. Good couple of days with, piling on the win and taking the series today as well, on top of the big party and the good news and obviously the beatdown from Saturday. So other than that, stay tuned to the Sox on Tap Twitter page where we will announce future tailgates. Don't know exactly when the next one's going to be yet. We'll figure it out. There will definitely be. Well, no, what enlighten me.
I forgot. I forgot to mention this. Obviously, next week is the series in Milwaukee.
Oh, yes. You're road. Okay, yes.
I forgot all about.
I will not be there, but go ahead. Give the details.
Oh, it's my birthday.
Yeah.
I felt like the guy from Friends when I said that. I'm sorry.
Well, your birthday's Wednesday, Buzz. It's not
it is Wednesday, but it's my birthday weekend. Well, you better be over here Wednesday then.
Yeah.
But anyway, so. We are going. Me, Tony, Burke, for sure. We're going to be up there. I know there's some more. I'm sorry, I'm blanking on names. I drank a couple beers. But we will be tailgating wherever we can in Milwaukee. All right. So that's whatever lot it is. I don't know. Me and Tony have not built out the specifics, but if you want to come out and you're making that series on Saturday, come and tailgate with us in Milwaukee for what we hope is to be a White Sox winner.
Yes, so like I said, I will not be there. I have some prior engagements, so I won't be there. But some people will be there Friday. Some people will be there. Obviously, Saturday is going to be the bigger one. I think a lot of people will be there. Like you just said, Buzz, go and look for it. I'm sure we'll get the flags and all that over there. So hopefully you guys can fly those while you're up there. And then obviously Sunday's game got flexed to the Sunday night baseball, so that kind of puts a lot of people out, which sucks, Buzz.
Yeah, we had to call the Brewers. Because I had 3 tickets for Saturday, right? And then I had 10 tickets for Sunday because I was bringing Ren. I was bringing, Jamie's parents, my kids, my wife, my niece and nephews. I was bringing, like, everybody was coming because it's my birthday week. And then we're going up to the cabin after the game in Milwaukee, then they flexed it. So I had to move everybody over to Saturday, and the Brewers will not give you a refund. They will only give you credit. Even if you bitch, you will only get credit. So I made it better seats for Saturday. I was originally going to be in the Miller Lite Landing, but now that I'm bringing the kids to that game, I will just be in the 200 level. But we have real nice seats right by home plate. So that's where we'll be on Saturday. But yeah, they flexed the game. But I'm still. Jamie said since it's my birthday weekend, depending on how everything's going. I'm probably still going to be hitting that Sunday game. I'll probably still go. Dude, I'm already up there, Johnny. And
if you're going up after, then it's just, it sucks that it puts your plans
but
off
I'm on vacation the next week, dude.
Exactly.
So I'm going right up to the fucking cabin afterwards. So what's the rush? Maybe even bring Ren to 2 fucking straight ball games. I mean, she's in love with baseball, which is amazing. So I think that it'll be a great time. We'll have a good time at the tailgate. And then whatever happens on Sunday happens.
Yeah, so stay tuned to the Sox on Tap Twitter page. You'll find details there as they formulate. Other thing, though, we don't know after that next home tailgate when that's going to be. We'll figure it out. We'll definitely have some, and maximize the summer months as much as we can. But I was thinking about it, looking at the schedule. Absolutely, Friday, October 1st. That's the start of the last series of the year. It's halfway to St. Patrick's Day. They're doing the Beer Stein giveaway, all that. So come out. It'll be a St. Patrick's Day themed tailgate. Book that in your calendars now, way ahead of time. Like I said, we always try to give you as much advance notice as possible. Definitely book that one, and then we'll announce various ones throughout. Obviously, we're going to do some in August. We're going to do some in September, but that October 1st one is the one I know for sure I want to do because I love St. Patrick's Day, Buzz.
Bro, I am just like, we're spitballing. This is Sox on Tap. We're just spitballing, having a good time. I am totally getting, you've been to my house. You know that major crock pot I have. I am making a corned beef.
Yes.
That motherfucker.
Yes.
And we are bringing it. And, Burke had that damn Duracell thing. I'm going to buy one because it wasn't that expensive. I'm going to buy one. So I have one too. Bam. Me and you drive up together. Boop. Plug that thing in. Keep it nice and warm. Have a nice corned beef and cabbage in that bitch. That's what we'll do for that one. That'll be amazing.
Yes, so book that in your calendars now, and then we'll announce any upcoming ones, obviously, throughout August, September, possibly maybe end of July. We'll see what the schedule's looking like here. But, Buzz, that's about all I got. We just hit the hour mark here. Time to sign off. Go ahead and take it away with the housekeeping, man.
Absolutely. Everybody be sure to go to ontapsportsnet.com for all your Chicago sports literature and podcasting needs. Following us on Twitter at SoxOnTap, at OnTapSportsNet. Following the main man, Jonnie, at Nani Johnny. Following me at Buzz on Tap. Anywhere you can listen to podcasts, you can listen to us. 5-star rating and review. You already know why, because that's cool and tough. And check out Grandstand. You need any White Sox gear, Chicago sports gear, but more importantly, White Sox gear, go to Grandstand. Follow them on socials at Grandstand Sox. Go to grandstandsox.com. If you're at the ballpark, just walk over there. It's right across the street. Well, not across the street, but it's right there. At Grandstand. Go check them out. That's all I got. We'll be back tomorrow to recap a doubleheader beatdown of the Minnesota Twins. White Sox forever.
White Sox forever.